If you read and you listened every day, you read English. Then why can't you speak English when somebody speaks to you or when you come onto the stage? The reason is because you are not thinking in English. So, this is the third point I'm making. Now you please check up your minds also. Start seeing whether you ever think in English. All of us try to think in the language we know best, self-communication. Communication skills you have learned, so self-communication is English. No, it is Telugu, madam, it is. We can't think in English. Whenever you are thinking from today, try to translate your thoughts into English. This will also be a very good exercise. So listening every day, reading every day, listening many times, same passage, reading many times, same passage. Is that clear to everybody? What I'm saying, is it clear? It is loud, I can hear, in my ears I can hear. But loudness does not mean clarity. I can shout at the top of my voice in a language you don't know. You won't understand one word also. Therefore, your ability to understand. English is excellent, but you feel nervous to speak. Is that right? You feel very comfortable listening to English, but you feel uncomfortable in speaking. Many are there. Last year's Impact, they told me, they SMS, they wrote to me saying, "Madam, we cannot understand English." Is there anybody here who cannot understand English? Then you have to do something else. I'm talking now only to people who understand well, but whose speaking is a problem, am I right? Before diagnosis, we have to tell what is our problem. Doctor, I have a headache. Doctor, I have pain in my hands. So now we have diagnosis. Why is my English so poor? The reason is because I never speak. You cannot speak English unless you listen and read regularly for at least 6 months. Impact is getting over in May. Till December, you practice. Then you call me and tell me whether you improved or not. If one day you didn't practice, don't sleep on that day, don't eat on that day unless you practice English, don't do anything else. Can you have so much motivation for 6 months? Say, "Oh, Impact is over, we are happily going home, no need to practice English." Very good. You will learn. You have learned many things in Impact. All those attitudes will be good. One boy said beautifully that he will return to society what Impact has given him. Wonderful thought. But remember that unless you practice it, this doesn't become good. All people are very good when they start. Slowly they get absorbed in society. Today, there is a word called scam, have you heard? When I was in school, I didn't know what the word scam meant. There were no scams at that time. Today, if you ask a second-class child, "What is the meaning of the word scam?" the child immediately tells you the meaning, because today there is only scam. In 2005, there was a tsunami. Before that, we didn't know what tsunami was. We read in geography book, tsunami means so-and-so, then we saw tsunami. Okay, finished. So language comes with experience. You are not experiencing language because you are not practicing it. The reason is because you have no confidence in English. Am I right? You feel no confidence. Somebody is telling you about self-confidence. Did they give a lecture, sir? Did they give any self-confidence lecture? Self-confidence? So now you add self-confidence plus English and you see what? Self-confidence, first thing it tells you is that you must have a word called self-worth. Self-worth means I can do it. I am capable. Don't think, oh, I can't learn English. It's not possible for me to learn English. Don't think like that. All of you think that I can learn English, and learning means speaking and writing. Now, many of you are writing. I can see. Which language are you writing in? Then why do you say you don't know English? You know you can't say when you're writing in English, you're not writing in your mother tongue, you're writing in English. Very often I tell you that if you want to write, please write in Telugu, because pronunciation is very good when we write in our mother tongue. English pronunciation is very difficult. So always write in your mother tongue. It is very easy. So we have the advantage, 2-3 languages we know, so we can learn English. Always remember that if we can learn by teaching ourselves, that is best. Don't depend on sir, or don't depend on me, or any of the other sirs. You do what is called as self-learning. Self-learning means practicing for yourself. So how will you practice speaking if you have no friends? You speak to yourself. You know, have you seen people playing chess with themselves? Once they take white coin, they put, then they go there, then they put black coin, again they come here. So you please do like that. You talk to yourself, but talk English only. Use the language English. Somebody said you have learned interview skills, so you can practice interview. Once be interviewer, please tell me about yourself. Then go and sit on that chair and you speak in English at the interview. Even when you are appearing for an interview for a job which requires less English, the interview is in English. Many of you will appear for state services, central services. There you will work in your own region. You will go to remote village in our state. You will only speak English, all Telugu, all your life. But interview is in English. If you don't get the job, how will you work? So for all these purposes, we need good English. That is why speaking is important. Use your cell phone again, record your speeches, and listen to your speech. If you feel shy, others are listening, you feel bad. So you speak to yourself, then you listen to your speech. If you have a video camera, like they are doing, record your own speech, see how you look. You know, when you're speaking English, are you shivering like that? Nervous, very scared. You know, English is terrible. The reason is because we have not practiced. All the people who speak their mother tongue are better at their mother tongue. Whole world, you know, the Germans speak better German. They don't speak English. The French speak better French. They don't speak English. India, at least we speak English. That is why we are getting benefit. But today, China is overtaking India. China didn't know English. English teachers from India are teaching Chinese students. But China is capturing the market. You are not getting a chance. So, do you really want a good carrier? Then you learn English by practicing to speak. Every day you must speak at least for 5 or 10 minutes, loudly and clearly. Listen every day. 5 or 10 minutes, but 5 or 10 times. Read every day, loudly. You know, so that you can hear 1 page, but minimum 5 times, not less than 5 times. All of you must listen, read 5 times, same passage, so that English comes into the head. Then speak in English. If you don't know good English, speak wrong English. 4 words English, 1 word Telugu accepted, no problem. After 1 month, you'll see that you are reducing Telugu content. English is becoming more. After 6 months, you will become better. First, you have to improve what is called as fluency. When you are speaking English, you must improve 2 things. First, you must improve fluency. means to think and speak at once. What we do is we think, then we translate, then we speak. So gap comes between thinking and speaking. When they ask you to speak in your mother tongue, you can speak very well, fluently, very comfortable. When they say English, there is full silence. Nobody wants to speak because we have so many ideas in the mind. We don't have any words. Suppose somebody asks you, "How did you like the impact course?" They are asking you every day. So you say, "I will tell you after 1 month." In fact, is now. What is the impact of the impact course? I will tell you about the impact after 1 month. Will the impact come after 1 month? Or is it impact now? We are going to think for 1 month good, nice English sentences. Then we are going to tell. That is not correct. Fluency implies as soon as program is over, you must be able to tell. So now, look at the gap between your mind and your speech. When you are speaking English, notice